Hi students, how are you? I hope each one among you are doing great and well. Welcome to Supnit's classes. This is Rahmat Latif, your biology educator. In this video, we are purely going to learn about fertilization and implantation. First of all, we will try to understand what do we mean by fertilization. Okay, I'll write it down here. Fertilization. We saw how sperms are formed, how spermatogenesis took place. We just saw how oogenesis took place. In this video, we are going to learn about fertilization. Fertilization simply means fusion of male gamete and female gamete. Okay, fusion of male gamete, that is sperm, and female gamete. Okay, obviously inside female body, right? And female gamete, that is ovum, right? It is known as fertilization. Another name of fertilization is syngamy. How does this fertilization occur now? Say, for example, spermatogenesis took place inside the male body and oogenesis took place inside the female body, right? Now they both have to come closer in order to form zygote, in order to form offspring. But how is this process possible? Since female gamete is immotile, that can't move, that is stationary, sorry, okay, that can't move. And talking about what we call it as sperm, that is motile, that can easily move. Okay, now what we have to see, you know, an intercourse will took place, and during copulation semen is released into the by the penis into the vagina of the female. During coitus, during sexual intercourse, what happens? Male, what we call it as male genital tract, external genital tract, that is penis, will get inserted into the vagina of the female. That is termed as insemination, and so sperms will swim rapidly through the cervix with the help of tail, as I already mentioned during what we call it as structure of sperm. I told you that they have tail, right? Along with tail, they have in middle body they have mitochondria, which helps them to swim through the female genital tract rapidly. Okay, and they finally enter into the uterus, and sperms finally enter into the uterus and reach the ampullary region. And if someone will ask you where does this what we call it as fertilization took place, your answer should be ampullary region. Okay, please remember, fertilization took place in ampullary region. Please remember, okay, where both gametes, that is male gamete sperm and female gamete ovum, is traveled, and both of them they meet at the same point in ampullary region, and that is termed as fusion of male and female gamete, which is more scientifically termed as fertilization or syngamy. I hope this concept is clear, right? Moving forward, and this process of fusion of sperm with an ovum is known as fertilization. And what happens during fertilization? During fertilization, we have one layer of what we call it as ovum. One layer of ovum is known as zona pellucida. Zona pellucida. And the sperm comes in contact with this layer, with zona pellucida. Okay, and it induces the change in the membrane. Okay, it just induces some change in the membrane, due to which additional sperms can't enter inside the ovum. So by this conclusion we can say that only one sperm fuse can fertilize one ovum at a time. Okay, not more than one sperms, right? I hope this concept is clear. And if you guys remember, if you guys didn't watch that video in which I did what we call it as explain the Structure of sperm, go and watch that video. Okay, this is neck, this is head of sperm, and this is acrosome, right? This is acrosome. Because of secretion of acrosomes, it helps in the sperm enter into the cytoplasm through the ovum. Because of the secretion of acrosome, it helps the sperm enter into the cytoplasm of the ovum through this layer. Through which layer? Through this layer, zona pellucida. Through this layer, zona pellucida. Okay, I hope this concept is clear. And since one sperm comes in contact with the zona pellucida layer, it becomes very difficult for other sperms to come in contact with that ovum. Why? Because this ovum induces some change, due to which additional sperms can't be, you know can't come in contact with this egg. Okay, I hope this concept is clear. And I, during what we call it as oogenesis, I told you that meiotic division, meiosis 1 has been completed, but meiotic division has not been completed, second meiotic division. So that will take place, second meiotic division of this is very important point, as per Neet is considered, as per any competitive examination, as per any state examination is concerned, or as per boards are concerned. Okay, this is really very important point, because in this point it's clearly mentioned that second meiotic division or completion of meiotic division took place at this stage. When sperm comes in contact with egg, when sperm comes in contact with ovum. Okay, sperm comes in contact with ovum. Since sperm enters the ovum, it induces ovum to complete meiotic division. Okay, I hope this concept is clear. And second meiotic division, just like first meiotic division, is unequal, and it produces first tiny polar body, it produces second tiny polar body. Okay, and a haploid ovum ooted, obviously. And what happens after this? Sperm's nucleus of sperm will come in contact with nucleus of ovum, and both of them will come closer. They will they will get what we call it as, they will get fused. Okay, it's nucleus basically which fuses. Okay, nucleus of sperm will fuse with nucleus of ovum, and both of them will fuse, and they will form diploid zygote. Okay, I'll write it down here. Nucleus of sperm plus nucleus of ovum. What they will form? They will form a zygote. Okay, nucleus of sperm and nucleus of ovum, both of them will form, and they will form zygote. Okay, I hope this concept is clear, which further gets converted into embryo, which further gets converted into what we call it as uh, embryo, then offspring. Okay, then a offspring. I'll write it here. Nucleus of sperm. What is the polarity of nucleus of sperm? It's 2. Sorry, it's N. Haploid. Nucleus of ovum is also haploid, and this haploid and haploid will come closer. They will form diploid. That is zygote. 2N. Okay. I hope this concept is clear. I'll try to explain sex determination in humans. Okay. I'll try to explain sex determination in humans. Sex determination in humans. Okay, see, human female, obviously, sexual reproduction took place between two opposite genders. One is male and another is female. Sex chromosome of male is XY, sex chromosomes of female is XX. This is of male, this is of female. Okay, male will form two types of gametes, X and Y. Here female will form two types of gametes, X and X, which are similar. That means 50% of male will have X chromosomes in their gametes, 50% of, sorry, males, 50% of gametes of males will have X chromosomes, 50% of males, 50% of gametes of males will have Y chromosomes. Similarly, in this case, females, 50% of gametes of females will have X chromosomes, 50% of female gametes of females will have this X chromosome. See now, this is X. I'll make it like table, okay? This is X, this is Y, male. This is gametes of females, XX. Now we will see. I'll explain this what I am doing. It's Punnett square. We will describe it in, we will explain it in genetics. This X and X they will form what? X and X chromosomes of female. That means the zygote will get converted into female. That means the zygote is female, okay? This X and this X, that means they will form female. This X and this Y, that means they will form male. This X and this Y, they will also form male. Okay, I hope this concept is clear, right? That means we have 50% chances of having 50 female who has conceived has 50% chances of having female, 50% chances having male. Okay, I hope this concept is clear, right? It's really very easy. In what we call it as in further chapter, that is genetics, we will study about what we call it as we will study about sex determination of another organisms. Okay, we will study about insects, birds, so on and so forth. Here we are concerned about humans, so we will discuss about humans only. Okay, see what will happen now. Zygote is formed, right? Zygote is formed. Since zygote is formed, this zygote is 2n, right? This is unicellular, diploid unicellular. Now it has to get converted into what? It has to get converted into it has to convert itself into so many cells, because we are not unicellular, we also arise from single cell, that is zygote. But now we are multicellular. Why? Because this zygote undergoes mitotic division. It undergoes mitosis. It undergoes cell division known as mitotic division. Okay, and what it will form? It will form, it will ampullary region. Fertilization will take place in ampullary region, and since this zygote will move through ampullary region of oviduct, through isthmus of oviduct fallopian tube, it will form 2, 4, 8, 16 daughter cells. Okay, it will form division 2, 4, 8, 16 daughter cells, right? It will start dividing daughter cells, and those daughter cells are basically known as blastomeres. Those daughter cells are basically known as blastomeres. Okay, I hope this concept is clear. After this, embryo with 8 to 16 blastomeres. This embryo from 8 to 16 daughter cells, 8 to 16 daughter cells, they are known as morula. 8 to 16 daughter cells, they are known as morula. Okay, I hope this concept is clear. And what happens? Morula will further divide. It won't stop. It will further divide, and it will form what we call it as, it will further divide. It will form, it will soon get transformed into blastocyst. I'll explain again. Zygote is formed. Zygote is unicellular, but it has to get converted into multicellular organism. So it will undergo what we call it as cell division, which is known as mitosis, and it will form 2, 4, 8, 16 daughter cells, which are known as basically blastomeres. And embryo with 8 to 16 blastomeres is known as morula. Morula further divides, because we are not only 16 celled, we have millions of cells present. How these million of cells are present? See, it will further divide, morula will further divide, it will get transformed into blastocyst. Okay, and blastocyst is arranged blastocyst inside uterus is arranged in outer cell. It's okay, blastocyst is changed into outer cells and inner, or outer layer and inner cells mass. Okay, outer cells and inner cell mass. You know, outer cell, which is known as outer layer is known as trophoblast. Outer layer is formed. Outer layer is known as trophoblast. It's known as trophoblast, and it gets attached to the uterine wall of uterus. Okay, and inner cell mass is obviously inside this trophoblast. Say for example, this is trophoblast, this is outer layer trophoblast, and inside trophoblast I have cell mass, inner cell mass. This trophoblast will get attached to the wall of uterus, which we call as uterine wall. Trophoblast layer get attached to the uterine wall, which is the innermost inner uterine wall, that is endometrium. After endometrium, outside we have myometrium, middle layer, and after that external layer we have perimetrium, but inside we have endometrium. So this trophoblast will get attached to the endometrium, and inner cell mass which we have inside this trophoblast is differentiated as embryo. Okay, after attachment, what happens? Uterine cells, since this trophoblast get attached to the uterine wall, that is endometrium, after its attachment, uterine cells divide rapidly. They divide rapidly in order to cover that trophoblast so that miscarriage or abortion will not take place. Okay, it covers this blastocyst. It covers this blastocyst, and blastocyst will become embedded in the endometrium of the uterus. This is known as implantation, and it eventually leads to pregnancy. Now it's clear what is implantation. Implantation simply means when trophoblast layer gets attached to the uterine wall, and what happens after that, uterine cells will divide rapidly in order to cover this trophoblast, in order to cover this outer layer, so that what will happen, so that what we get rid of, most of the what we call it as miscarriages are avoided. Okay, so that is termed as implantation when uterine cells covers this trophoblast, whole trophoblast layer, okay, inside which we have inner cell mass. They will cover this, and it will lead to implantation, which eventually leads to pregnancy. Okay, I hope this concept is clear, right? I hope this fertilization and implantation is clear. You really need to uh, revise it. Okay, you really need to revise it so that it will be clear. Okay, I'll meet you in any other such session. Till then, goodbye. Take care. Thank you. Thank you so much.